It is always interesting to make reviews of tricked-out models because there is something to wonder about. And people will watch such reviews with pleasure. But it's one thing to watch a review of a great AV receiver and quite another to pay a lot of money for it. Not everyone can afford such purchases. And although our guest today is not the cheapest model either, it will be affordable for all or almost all movie lovers. A rational balance between features, power and price if you need to build a modern home theater in a typical living room. This is the Pioneer VSX-935 M2. Hello everyone, this is Pult Electronics and me, Deco. Let's go! The 935 is the second model from the bottom in Pioneer's AV receiver catalog. The LX305, one step above it, is a very serious device. It has almost everything and even a little more. But the price does not please everyone. At the very beginning of the line is the AV receiver 534. It is by no means poor in terms of equipment, but it supports the channel configuration of maximum 5.1, and it comes with only 4 HDMI inputs with 1 output. But it is very affordable. Our today's guest, Pioneer 935, offers the 7.1 channel configuration, quite decent equipment, advanced commutation, and good sound quality in general. Therefore, the 935 is the most rational choice for a typical living room of 20 to 25 square meters if you plan to build a good home theater configuration up to 7.1 and expect to get stereo sound, although not audiophile, but good enough for ordinary music lovers' quality.
If you refuse to buy LX305 in favor of the more affordable VSX-935, you will get Dolby Atmos and DTS-X decoders, output to the second zone, support for streaming, Bluetooth and AirPlay, playback of almost any audio formats via a local network or from a USB drive. Of course, with nuances like the lack of support for aptX codecs when playing music from a smartphone or the inability to connect speakers for a second room when building a 7.1 theater. You will also have fewer audio inputs at your disposal, but it's nothing, especially since the built-in phono stage is preserved. There are still 6 HDMI inputs and 2 outputs, so you can simultaneously connect a TV and a projector. There is a biamp mode for the front pair, which allows you to supply serious power to the front pair and not to refuse to buy your favorite speakers only because of its low sensitivity. However, with such front pair operation, the maximum scheme in the theater is possible only 5.1, because additional amplification for the fronts is taken from the 2 reassignable amplifiers, which provide either biamps, feed the second pair of rears in the theater, or provide speaker output for the second room. Furthermore, owners of the 935 will not get direct live calibration, but the classic MCACC auto calibration for correct automatic adjustment of the theater system is here. As for the power, you should not believe the figures promising 135 watts on all 7 channels, because these values are obtained under absolutely absurd measurement conditions. Namely with 1 channel loaded at 1 kHz and a high percentage of distortion. Why is this done? Because marketers always like to embellish their goods, and the legislation of many countries does not prevent them from doing so. That's why we emphasize all AV receiver manufacturers without exception use this loophole, be careful. The American measurement standard is helpful for finding out the truth. It requires loading 2 channels and conducting measurements as in real operation, meaning in the full frequency range and harmonic distortion not more than 0.08%. In this case, we get 80 honest watts in stereo mode, and a little less for each channel in a movie theater.
In fact, these are also great values for a room of 20 to 25 square meters with speakers with a sensitivity of 90 decibels or more. While if you connect Klipsch speakers, the reserve or undistorted volume will be excellent. After all, Klipsch speakers have a very high sensitivity, that is, for every watt of power, they deliver more decibels of sound pressure. So, against the background of the noticeably more powerful LX305, the power values of the 935 model are not so impressive. But there is no reason to worry seriously. Other differences between the 305 and this 935 are a greater number of amplification channels, which allows you to build a 7.1 theater with biamp on the front speakers or create an almost full-fledged Dolby Atmos cinema hall according to the 7.1.2 configuration. The 305 has direct live auto calibration, aptX HD codec for incoming signals via Bluetooth, and a number of other nice bonuses. However, almost all of them are for connoisseurs. If all you need is just a good theater AV receiver for a medium-sized living room, you can take the 935 safely. It has everything you need for movies, and for stereo, streaming, an almost almighty file player, and a phono stage for the turntable. The vast majority of users don't need anything more than that. That's it for today. Make sure to stay tuned and see you soon.